Hello there, I'm Shamla. Welcome to Lecture Series 9 on IAS 2 Inventories. As we have seen in previous standards, to be recognized, an item should meet the definition as set out in the relevant standard. In this case, that would be IAS 2. Inventories are assets that meet one of the following. 1. Held for sale in the ordinary course of business. 2. In the process of production for such sale. 3. In the form of materials or supplies to be consumed in the production process or rendering of services. Examples of inventories include finished goods, merchandises for sale, work in progress, raw materials, and consumables. As seen with other assets on initial recognition, inventories too shall be measured at cost. Cost includes 1. Purchase cost. This includes purchase price, net of trade discounts and rebates, any import duties, irrecoverable taxes, transport and handling costs, and any other directly attributable costs. 2. Conversion cost. This includes all direct material, labor, and a systematic allocation of fixed and variable production overheads that are incurred in converting materials into finished goods. 3. Other costs in bringing the inventories to their present location and condition. For example, it may be appropriate to include the cost of designing products for specific customers. Also note, if the capitalization criteria of IAS 23 is met, the borrowing cost should be included in the cost of inventories. Reminder, IAS 23 does not restrict capitalization of borrowing costs to only property, plant, or equipment. Abnormal amount of wasted materials, labor, or other production costs, storage costs, administrative costs, and selling costs must be excluded from the cost of inventories. These costs should be recognized as expenses in the period they are incurred. Question: how is cost calculated? IAS 2 allows the following three methods of arriving at the cost of inventories. 1. Actual unit cost. 2. First in, first out. 3. Weighted average cost. An entity should adopt the actual unit cost method for inventories that are not ordinarily interchangeable. It is possible that inventories may be sold below cost. Instances this may occur are the inventories are damaged, there is a decline in demand, or the market is increasingly competitive. As such, IAS 2 requires inventories to be measured at the lower of cost and net realizable value. Net realizable value is the estimated proceeds from selling the inventory less completion and selling cost. The measurement principles of IAS 2 results in inventories being subject automatically to impairment review, and this explains why inventories fall outside the scope of IAS 36 impairment of assets. In determining net realizable value NRV, it's important to note the following. 1. This is done item by item and not on a total value basis. However, in some circumstances, it may be appropriate to group similar or related items, assuming they are sold in the same market. 2. In the case of inventories held to satisfy a sales contract, NRV is normally evidenced by the contract. In other cases, sales after the reporting date provide strong evidence of NRV at the reporting date. Finally, the value of raw materials are not written down below costs if the finished goods are sold at a profit. However, a decline in raw material prices tend to indicate that the NRV has fallen below purchase costs, and thus the replacement cost of raw materials provides evidence of their NRV. This concludes IAS 2 Inventories. The next lecture series will look at IAS 41 Agriculture. Thank you and see you in my next lecture series.